Welcome to another Bitcoin Cash Builder interview. I'm George Donnelly, and today I'm here with Peter Ng of the SLP Foundation. Peter, how you doing today?
Great.
Awesome.
Happy to.
Yeah, happy to have you. So, Peter, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your involvement with Bitcoin Cash? You do the SLP Foundation. You're a miner. Maybe just give us a little background on you.
Yeah, that's basically it. I also trade OTC. So, three things I do.
Cool.
Um, I've been in Bitcoin for a long time. 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about trading. I don't know anything about hardware, but it was a hobby back then. So, and it was easy to do. So,
Cool. Cool.
so basically, mining, trading, that pays for my team. But I spend most of my time doing stuff I like in crypto. But
Mm-hmm.
it's still primarily a hobby of mine.
And what is the stuff you like in crypto?
BCH primarily. That's 90% interested in BCH.
Okay. And why?
Yeah.
What for you? What's special? I mean, I know what's special for me about Bitcoin Cash. I know what's special for a lot of people, but for you, what would you say is special for Bitcoin Cash?
Um, Everything else is useless.
Hmm.
You can't use it anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, like back in the day, you get into a meetup. The first thing you do is send someone some Bitcoin and explain to them how it works, right? You can't do that anymore.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Here
So that's
in
the original passion. Yeah.
Yeah, here in Medellin, Colombia, we have been doing different adoption activities. We have a few hundred merchants, and there were some people who there was a small group who said, "Well, we're going to do what you're doing, but with Bitcoin BTC." And I was kind of like, I don't know about that, but they were very, very insistent and forceful about it. So I said, "Good luck, let me know if you need any help." And I just
Mm.
found out yesterday that they completely went out of business, you know.
How's
And
Dash doing?
how's Dash doing?
Yeah, do they have a lot of merchant adoption as well?
No, I did all of it for them here. And if I'm not supporting it, the merchants don't are the merchants aren't going to keep doing it.
I heard that Dash is pretty good on adoption as well, just maybe not as good as Bitcoin Cash. I mean, I hear they have pretty good, strong community. I hear.
Well, a lot, like a large, like at least in Latin America, which was the strong suit of Dash.
Hmm.
A large percentage of that was me and my team. I mean, me and my team were in 20 cities, 8 countries, 3 continents, and we were responsible for 1,300 merchants across all that space. And, all of that was kind of reaching its peak at a moment when a third party actually did a report on the supposed 2,500 merchants that they had in Caracas and discovered that, like, all of them were at the same address, you know.
So why don't
So
you do that for BCH?
say that again.
Why don't you do that for BCH?
I
Turn all the
am.
Dash. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing for about, I don't know, probably about 15, 16 months. The thing is that in the beginning, the community bought some of our tokens, so they funded us a bit, and that enabled us to kind of push ahead very slowly. But then the whole coronavirus thing hit, and so we're definitely doing that. And this year now we've been pushing very hard. We restarted very hard now in January, and I think we've reaffiliated at least 50 to 75 merchants by now in Caracas, Medellin, and in San Cristobal, which is in Venezuela, and it's right on the border with Colombia. So there's a huge amount of cross-border trade there, which is really
Wow, cool.
interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Are there any other talents in Dash that we can make good use of?
There
We got
was,
one more. We want more now.
yeah, there was one, but I think he has some kind of Stockholm syndrome. So I gave up trying.
Well, if you know of any, feel free to introduce, and I'll charm them into the fun place that is BCH.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
Money's not as good, but we live for idealism.
Uh huh. Yeah. No, and it's more sustainable. Like over there, the whole treasury thing, would
Yeah,
became a
yeah.
huge source of stress for me, and I think it is for a lot of people because I would like from like day 10 or 12 of each month, I would be like fighting to get the funding for the next month, and then around day like 28, I got it, and then I get rested for a couple days, and then I had 10 days to work, and then I had to go back to work fighting for the funding. It was like seriously, I gained like 20 pounds, and I developed stress headaches. I mean, it was unbearable.
Is it because they're huddling to Dash and doesn't want to sell, or what's the issue?
Well, over there, there's a fixed amount, about 10% of the monthly block reward that is
Ah,
gonna be. It's either gonna be apportioned, or it's gonna effectively be burned. It's not really burned; it's just never created. But like that money's there; it's not coming out of anybody's pocket. So it's a new, and there's a new budget session like that every month. So
I think that's the issue with all these funding that's based on the base token, that the volatility kills growth. And then once there's volatility, that you can't financially plan. I'm not saying that they did a good thing at Treasury, but it is difficult, right?
yeah,
How do you know how much to sell now or sell later?
yeah. Oh, that was I spent too much time on that too. And there were
Mhm.
times when, I like built up a war chest and I thought, oh, okay, we're good. We can put a little more in, hire a few more people, we can, jump to the next level. And then like 30 days later, the price had dropped by like 40%. And, you know, I was pulling out my own funds just to keep us going. It was definitely quite challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, you should like maybe provide an internal service for all the BCH based companies there. It's similar to my problem. Like, I do hosting. I sell electricity to miners, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the month, they have to pay my electricity, but they always delay it by 5 days, 10 days,
Hmm.
because they mine out BTC or BCH or whatever, and they want to get it at the right price, right?
Hmm.
So after so many years, the easy way is I just tell them, look, I'll hold your BTC for you. I'll sell it every day, right? I'll sell your electricity costs and your OPEX costs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the remaining, you tell me what you want to do with it. I think we need some kind of service like that because there's a lot of BCH campaigns, like your Flip Starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there should be some function in there where you lock in like what you need immediately, say for the next 6 months, and thereafter you leave a an amount which can go up or down. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we'll be all left with the same problem. And it's great because we have SLP USDT,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a USDT version which is stable, well, somewhat stable, and you can lock it in futures. Right? We have pro BCH exchanges like CoinFlex, physically delivered, so they're happy to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think what I've been doing since the Flip Starter is I took X percentage of the coins, and I think it might have been like around 35%, and I sold them for a stable coin.
Hmm.
There's just kind of like a hackish way to get some hedging done, because I haven't done a deep dive yet into CoinFlex, even though I really want to. And actually, what I ended up doing was I set price. I set orders. What are they called? Limit orders or whatever. And
Hmm.
then, so I actually always set the prices to be sure that I was always increasing my net amount of BCH with the money that I set aside for the stable coin. So actually, by just waiting for the market to rise and fall, I actually increased the value of my hedge over
Hmm.
time. So that was actually pretty easy, because like
Hmm.
but some people start putting money into trading and they don't have the discipline, I think, because they're like, oh, I bought my USDC at, 278 and now Bitcoin Cash is worth 450. Oh my God, I better buy back in. And then that's a mistake, So you have to be patient.
Mm.
And so, I mean, I think a service would be, like you described, would be interesting, but also then, what about the custody risk and the, central point of failure issues?
Mm, I guess, or maybe someone can make some sort of simple service. I mean, we have D token.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it can be done a D token by something simple, right? What
Yeah.
you have to do is take a position in the future somewhere, and then reverse the position on D token, and it'll be on chain. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably the best. Yeah,
That's interesting.
because the thing is, you don't need the cash immediately, right? You would do financial planning for the next 6 months. I
Mm-hmm.
need money here, here, and here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just lock the price down now, and when you need to spend the money, you reverse your position in futures, send the BCH, get back your USDT, and spend that, and then unlock your position in futures, and up or down, nothing to do with you.
That's really interesting. So, at one place you would long, and the other place you would basically hedge. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you would take a position in futures, and then when you actually need it, you send your BCH out to sell, and that price, like however the price goes up or down, you win or lose. The amount you win on futures, you'll lose in spot,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. So you're always at the same price.
Oh, I see. I see.
Right. I mean, this is it's important. I think for people. I mean, it's easy for you because it's just you, right? But when there's a team, and primarily these teams that hold it in a multi-sig, right?
Mm.
It becomes, and once you have USDT or any other coin that's not in a multi-sig, it's very hard for them to agree, right? Because it's all one person. These are small teams. They won't hire a finance guy, right?
Mm.
So it would be a simple solution, which is why I really want to have a good wallet which has SLP USDT on multi-sig. That would solve that problem as well.
Hmm. That's interesting. So, are you working on any wallets or anything like that?
Um, I I talked with a couple of wallets. I talked to a wallet in BSV actually. I should mention that. Um, but none of them have the functionality that well, again, I'm not a product guy, right? I'm not a tech guy. I don't know, but
Hmm.
I do think we're missing that kind of function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
heard like Money Button is losing their position as main wallet, and there's like two others there.
Huh.
Yeah, something like that. And then it's more robust. I think we have the one go-to Bitcoin.com, right?
Hmm.
I can't name the second, actually. I think that might be an issue for us. I don't think one wallet can do everything.
No. Well,
Yeah.
we're definitely short on wallets. I would say the number two is Electron Cash. You know,
But it's not on your phone. That's the issue.
they do have a mobile version, but yeah, the UI is pretty. It requires you to be a power user, really. I think.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to build a wallet, but yeah, I haven't. Because I feel like today's wallets are like 1.0, just HODL wallets. Like you send and receive, but mostly it's about keeping track of your, how much you have. But I think we need wallets that are actually nudge you to do things with your Bitcoin Cash. For example, that has an integrated merchant directory, and will send you offers, and if you're walking by a merchant that accepts Bitcoin Cash, that it'll nudge you and say, hey, this place accepts it, and maybe they have a special offer, maybe 5% off breakfast, when you pay with Bitcoin Cash. And I think that the, potentially even the peer-to-peer liquidity functionality would do well inside the same wallet. And we can create a new kind of transaction that is specific for remittances, so that you can get cash in on one side, on the sending side, and cash out on the receiving side, and it's one fluid transaction. So that
Mm.
you at least we're getting people into an app, because remittances is such a huge market. I feel like that's really the way to get people into Bitcoin Cash. Once even though they're only using it for a transport layer in the beginning, maybe we're getting them into our app and we're getting them into our mind space. Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin Cash is not just a tool for utility, but I think it's also a narrative. It's a worldview. What do you think?
Um, I think the problem with wallets is that Bitcoin Cash are very idealistic, right? They want to have you to custody their keys, and so for that to recommend a wallet, it has to be open source, right?
Yeah.
And an open source wallet is not profitable. So what happens is you have not-for-profit wallets like Binance. They have trust, right? But basically, they're building inroads to their exchange.
Hmm.
And you have like BitPay, right? BitPay, they have this retail friendly, but at the end of the day, it's so that they can click the link to pay BitPay, right?
Mm-hmm.
BitPay has Copay, which is great because Copay is like BitPay with no frills.
Yeah.
Uh, I think for us, we have Go Crypto. I'm not sure what wallet they're using, but I think uh, for a nice wallet to come out, it has to make profit. So either like what you said, it's like adverts, right? You get the free stuff, but you keep getting spammed with the credit card to buy Bitcoin or bet on Satoshi Dice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the other version is an inroad into exchanges. So we don't have a BCH friendly exchange that is big enough to do that, I think, and we don't have a pure BCH Pro merchant solution. Go Crypto being the one, our main. I'm not sure if they have a wallet. They might.
I think they do. I think it's called Ellie, maybe.
Yeah. And the third way you use wallets is probably in China. It's happening a lot now. It's like staking. So staking within the wallet, right? But that
Hmm.
kind of goes. It's non-custodial, but it's actually going into custodial.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe pursue something like Money Button, right? Make something that's online and just build the volume and figure it out later, like PayPal.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well,
like, we don't have to innovate. There's lots of stuff that other coins are already doing. We just have to pick the model and do it.
yeah. Well, you said we don't have a BCH friendly exchange, but frankly, I think that the centralized exchanges
Mm,
are going. They're dinosauring out. I think the future is peer to peer liquidity. Like local.bitcoin.com, for example, particularly in the developing world, which is I think the most fertile place for the cash use case. And so I think that we are obligated to build that our own kind of local bitcoins network because we don't. I think centralized exchanges are getting taken over. They're being penetrated by nation states, and it's going to become a highly controlled environment where we're probably not going to thrive.
yes, but that's too far in the future. I mean, right now, I mean, if you're trying to solve the wallet problem, someone's got to pay the bill, right? Because it's like it's a free thing.
Yeah.
If you have to be open source, right? But most people in Bitcoin Cash are understand why you want Bitcoin Cash and you understand the importance of non-custodial wallets. So it's a loss-making proposition.
No, I think there are a lot of ways to profit. Like if you have a peer to peer exchange within the wallet, and I think Zapit, has is working on that. You could
Hmm.
take a percentage out of every transaction that happens.
Mm,
If you're doing special remittance transactions like I described,
mm,
average remittance fees across the globe are 7 to 8%. So there's a little bit of space there.
mm,
It's definitely it requires onboarding a lot of people. It's like a hot, low margin, high number of people model.
mm.
But in fact, I think it's necessary because we have to onboard. For the viability of Bitcoin Cash itself, we need to onboard huge amounts of people. I mean, we're falling down the charts a little bit. I think we're losing a little bit of momentum. What do you
Yeah, we
think?
lost the dough.
Although I checked this morning,
Temporarily.
they fell back a bit.
Yeah. That was very disturbing.
Yeah, yeah, but But I mean, Litecoin's still ahead of us. Chainlink, that's almost as disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like that's the key issue. I mean, like I'm very low key, right? I like it that people who know me, people who don't know me, just please don't know who I am. Um, and this is the first time I've done something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is my virginity. I gave it to you. I was saving it for Hayden,
I'll
but
still I'll still love you in the morning, Peter.
um, but I think that is like one of the main reasons why I want to come talk to you. I think like we have a problem now. We have a severe problem. It's I think we lack urgency.
Mm.
The whole ecosphere. I mean, I think we've come to a point where we really have to prove ourselves, or this bull market, if it blows over and we don't do something great, like next bear run, it's going to be worse than what it is now.
I agree with what you just said. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
yeah, and like the reason why I think you're important is because BCH, due to the BSV split, we lost a lot of marketing talent, like front-facing mass adoption talent, because people who went to BSV, they like the brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people who are within BCH in the similar role as you, they're not bringing anything new, right? You're our most recent hire. Thanks for joining the team.
Glad to be aboard.
So you see what's outside of BCH, right? I think for the past years, BCH has become more and more inward facing. I mean, like me, right? I like it so much that 90% of my hobby time it's BCH. 10% I spend looking at other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that kind of stuff. When you talk about Dash, I know you have history with them, but I'm still interested to ask, right? What can Dash do that we can also do? I think you can bring that you can bring that to us.
Mm-hmm.
No one at BCH right now can do it. First, we're weak at marketing, right? We're weak at PR by virtue of BSV tearing like all those talent away. Right? And second, we haven't had in like influx of new blood in this sphere. Right? You're our freshest acquisition, right? Like how you came here, let's not talk about that. But we welcome you anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of messy how I arrived, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. From my point, I was just like, I'm done with Dash. But those people didn't want to let go, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like for the past 2 months, it's been very slow.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of lacked a continuity, right? After November,
Mm.
and I think it's a shame, right? Because we achieved something pretty great, right?
Yeah.
Like no other coin has done something similar,
Yeah.
right? And we're not a small cap coin either.
Hmm.
And I think it's to do with sense of urgency, right? At the time, we had a problem we had to resolve, and everyone put their hearts together, and we showed unity, right? And we did something great,
Yeah.
right? I don't understand why we don't have that same passion to do something even better, right?
Thing is, it's
Maybe we're tired from a year of You're not tired. You joined later.
I don't know. I suffered through quite a bit of the pain at the end, but yeah. But I'm still excited.
Yeah, which is why I say. I mean, like, why I thought, wow, well, you called me up. I thought, no, you're a good choice. You're a good choice because you're new, and you're not as tired as the rest of us. And I do think that no one realizes what we've done, right? And in the past, it's all been about toxicity, feeling that we're not unified. But if you look at what we did, we're very unified. No, it was an extreme case. I mean, your numbers that you did towards the end, right? The nodes and the miners and whatever, right? That was facts, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to see that, oh, we actually all agree on something. It's not as nothing as you think, right? Obviously, the case in point was extreme enough to to have that kind of numbers reflect. But it's amazing what we did. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if it's amazing what we did, why can't we use that same unity teamwork to take BCH higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solve the problem of marketing or PR, right? Which again, I bring back to the point why I want to talk to you is because you're new blood. You're not as tired,
I'm still
right? I
very
mean,
excited. Yeah.
I mean, you are a good voice to talk to all the team players in the ecosphere and tell them, look, you spent so much time getting rid of this problem, right? Why aren't you doing anything now, right? I think the first issue is there's no longer a sense of urgency, right? They don't see it, right?
I
I'm a miner.
agree.
I see the sense of urgency, right? Um, I write like reports for my clients who trade on a special view on what coins are good or bad, right? And I have a mining indicator. The mining indicator is a short indicator, when to short a certain coin, because I know from the miners whether a coin is at risk of being attacked. 51% attack, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a short indicator. And I always tell my clients the magic number is 1%. Whether you're GPU or script or SHA-2, if a coin's value or a coin's share of the hash rate or plus the price, right, drops below 1%, that coin is at high risk of being reorged. Because if it's more than 1%, it's hard for a pool to shove a little hash rate to, like, miners, most of the time, they're not hostile, right? But if it's so small that it's so easy to do, that any solo miner could do it, they do it. Short it on whichever exchange you want, crash it, and then price comes down, they profit,
That's interesting.
right? I write a report and I report on all the coins which are red alert. This is under the 1% protection, I think, is the base that you need. Right? And I think if we don't do anything over the next 3 months, I'm going to put BCH on red alert. And all my clients know I'm big on BCH. That's crazy.
So what do you
It
think
is.
we need to do?
It's a real.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Get our shit together on marketing and really build it up. I mean, like that's the thing. We're all very idealistic. We don't want to pump and dump, right? But your vision is more open, right? You can look at Dash, you can look at Polkadot, you can look at Aave, all these with very strong PR teams.
Yeah.
For them, obviously, they want to profit, but for us, it's an existential threat. If our BTC BCH ratio grows a bit too low, there's no shortage of maximalists that hate us. Right? Ignore the miners, right? You can rent hash, right? Let's not say miners who are hostile and want to short, right? Price is a problem.
Yeah, I almost wonder if we should hire like a PR agency. I mean, sometimes like my stuff, all my direction is towards onboarding new people, and I'm about to launch something new around that I hope will make a few waves. But there's another side to this, which is addressing the narratives and the talking points in the crypto echo chamber, and all of that is such a huge turnoff for me that I try not to pay it too much attention. But I wonder if more attention should be paid to that, I just think sometimes that, when we're like, oh, BTC sucks because of this, BCH fixes that, that we're not like, I feel like we're falling off the rails of onboarding the next million people, which is a longer term play, as you said earlier, to something I said. But I think that's the real way forward. I don't know. What do you think?
It is forward, but in the short term, we do need a pump. I mean, BSV does it 3 to 5 times a year, right? It's insane. It goes 3x and then drops to 1.5x, and then soon it goes back to what it was before, right? But they have planning and they have marketing, right? They have a well-oiled engine to do that, right? They equally understand the existential threat idea. Obviously, BCH has a lot of pro miners that are pro BCH, right?
Yeah.
As the recent voting showed, right? We really do care,
Yeah.
right? Uh, we don't like maxis, um, but like it's not a problem that we can solve. I mean, if we could, we would have solved it already. And I think it boils down to like two issues. One is that we're very dispersed. We're not like a team, right? So we all advertise the part about BCH which we like or helps our business. So the message is muddy.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
secondly, there's the free rider idea, right? All these whales holding so much, why don't they pay for it, right? That's that concept, right? But if you think about it, what we did over the past year, like there was unity, right? And all the so-called whales that don't free ride, they all put heart into it to fix the problem. We were all concerned. We did it once already. Why don't you do it again? And if you do it this time and you do pump the price 3x, everyone wins.
Yeah.
So it's feasible, right? I mean, like what you said, Justin, you had your own ideas on how to do it, but that's just going to be like your 10 fingers trying to poke something out, you know? When you want to fight, you bunch them into two hands and you beat the crap out of the other again, right?
Yeah, true.
That's what we got to do. And we did it already. We just did it to a French guy. We can do it again.
Yeah. I love this enthusiasm. You've really got me generating ideas. Like I was thinking maybe of making like a short video that like recounts, that tells kind of the story of what happened last year, you know?
Yeah, you should. You should scare everyone in BCH right now, right? Because we are unified. We all agreed on one thing, right? Scare them and say, look, the game's not over. The miners say if it goes below 1%, you're going to die. And then two, like tell them you did something great last year, right? To solve this marketing problem, the two issues that you thought was a problem isn't really a problem. You just got to sit together and work together. Get all the whales on board, get the entire ecosphere on board, and work as a team. We did it for idealistic reasons, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we all didn't like Amori for different reasons, but we did it, right? Why can't we do it again?
Although that was rebellion, right? That was being against something. And this is an observation that Amori also made in his criticisms of the ecosystem, is that it's easy to get everybody against something. But at the moment when you try to get everybody for something, that's when all the fault lines appear. And there's some truth to that.
How about getting everyone against the idea of BCH going to zero? Because I see it. If it goes under 1%, right? We've all seen it happen to BTG, ETC. It happens.
Yeah.
People will take profit.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should have keep a measurement, have a web page that shows like where we're at, like, okay, we're at 1.5 and 1.2 and red alert,
No,
because things that
it's just
get
needs to be
measured get done. That's a truism,
I would say we're still hot from what happened in November. We don't need that. I mean, like when we started thinking about the issues in March, April, all the numbers, right? No one believed it, right? They thought that everyone was running
ABC.
But I told them they weren't. They were, ever since you tried it the first time, they already tried something else. No one believed me. Right? So I think we don't need to go back and convince. We just need to tell them BCH is going to die. And George has the answer because he's from outside of BCH and he knows what everyone else is doing.
Although that's also why some people distrust me. Like I'm not on speaking terms with like Mark Demisel, unfortunately, which I would like to be.
That's one of the reasons why I'd like to talk to you, right? Because I think like when you came on board, I did ask everyone I knew, like who you were, right? And I like to say like 80% didn't like you. But of the 20%, the vast majority are whales.
Oh, okay.
They see the bigger picture. They see you have some value to bring, right?
Yeah. I can be a pain in the butt, you know, like lately I've been given a hard time to like the protocol devs,
Yeah.
but I do it because like I want, you know, things to move forward, you know?
Hmm.
I think I've gotten good at actually kicking asses, you know? Like I do that
Yeah.
internally with my own team. And I think that helps us get, you know, get more results.
Yeah, I think it's the tone. Like get everyone together and do it together.
Hmm.
I mean, like stuff you do now, what Colin does, what Satoshi Angel does. It's all very internal facing, right? It's not very external. I don't think we need to do anything more internal facing. Ever since last year, we know who everyone is.
Hmm.
Right? I knew a lot of BCH people before, but after last year, I basically know everyone.
Yeah. Although, for example, I do these videos, these interviews, because I want new people coming on board to know who, you know, and to know that we have really good people, and you know, so they have people that they look up to, and they're like, okay, Bitcoin Cash has Jonathan, it has
Mm.
Peter, it has Roger, you know, and like, wow, you know, this team is going somewhere, and also so that I can, you know, repurpose little bits of these interviews to like Jonathan talking about ScaleNet, you know, like I'm gonna repurpose that into little videos on Twitter and be like, yeah, we're scaling, you know, and I think
Mm.
that has outward
No, we
value.
need fresh blood. We need less internal facing, more George types, right? Because it's like you said, an echo chamber, right?
Yeah,
Like these people sharing new ideas, they will talk to people around them, but they're all dulled down by now. We need to break out.
we need to break out. I agree.
We need someone like you to break out.
So let me tell you, I'm thinking about doing a major contest over this year because I've mentioned a goal as getting 1 million new people on board, and so basically we have the setup to with forms and a database and things too, and teams that, you know, training and whatnot. And so the idea is, you know, on people are gonna onboard people. There's gonna be photos of new people with their wallets, and you know, maybe the winner is gonna get you know, maybe 10 or 20 BCH, whoever onboards the most people, and then I'm gonna try to get other people in the ecosystem to put. You know, all this is going to go on with like a scoreboard on a web page at bitcoincash.site, and I'm going to try to get everybody in the ecosystem to sign on, you know, in support is one way or another. Maybe do a flip starter, get some more prize money, you know, maybe get like different players in the ecosystem like Binance or Edge Wallet to participate. You know, we can push their products too, you know, as we build up these teams in Africa and South Asia and Latin America. I don't know.
Hmm.
What? How does that strike you?
Great initiative. I mean, it's new, but again, it goes back to the same issue that we had before. I mean, it's the 10 fingers, right? Everyone's doing a little bit, right? You poke your fingers into someone, your fingers will get blunt and get hurt. Why don't you just, you know, don't do this? Sure, your finger may be like pretty good because it's new, right? It doesn't hurt as much, but someone will get blunt. Same thing. Echo chamber is because your fingers are blunt now, right? My friends, I'll tell them BCH, BCH, BCH over again, right? If there's something new that someone thought about, ScaleNet or whatever, the person listening to it has heard like all this stuff before, but they really just care about the price. I'm sorry, life is realistic. The friends around you, they just want to know when to buy, right?
Right, right.
And it's something that goes against like BCH ideal because we're fundamentally strong, right? We
Mm.
want to see our fundamentals win over the long term, but we have a short-term existential threat with regards to the price. It's very
Mm.
realistic.
So,
And like, who says no to a 3x pump?
so basically, for you, this is a big marketing and PR push
We'll
to.
just put all of those together and I don't know, raise the overall awareness of BCH.
Hmm.
Roger's doing so much on his own, right? Help him. Work as a team.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Roger. He doesn't.
We worked as a team mostly for last year. We all know who each other are. We can do it again.
I guess,
Coordinate.
yeah, I guess I with with a big push, like it should have a theme, and I'm just not sure what a new theme would be other than onboarding lots of new people.
I think what you could do for us is just to make the rally call and just help me spread the word that, if you don't do something, price will kill you, right? And two, look, I'm not from your echo chamber. I've seen what happens outside, right? It can be done. Like for a moment, drop your idealism and look at practical survival, right? And once all of us are on board, we go sit down and have a chat with interested parties and say, look, let's do this together. Create the sense of urgency, and we'll band together and do it again. We already know who everyone is already.
Yeah.
Anyone who was anyone took sides, right? And eventually switched sides. See, you led that one movement, right? Switching sides. You can lead us again, George.
But yeah, I mean, I did notice the decline. Like when I started working with Dash in 2018, Dash was like
Sorry,
number
George. I'm
12.
1% on my laptop, so I might drop out anytime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and yeah,
Yeah, I think
you're
my
actually,
point is, I want to talk to you. I'm very low key. I'm willing to give that up just to tell people, look, George is okay. And two, we need George. You're not gonna like run the whole PR campaign. I don't think anyone will do that immediately. But you can be the rallying call. You can be the guy that sets the example of switching sides. For example, you did it, right? Set the example. Get everyone going. Bring your enthusiasm. We did it once. We can do it again.
I agree. All right. Well, yeah. So out of respect for your low battery, we should probably wrap
My bad.
up.
My bad. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else you want to say to end? Or
I mean, I want to talk to you about the SLP Foundation. You know how you guys are doing there. What we?
I can set aside another chat for that. I
Okay.
mean, we're a bit slow from the November event. So maybe when we have a website up, it makes more sense to go into more detail there.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, sense of urgency. Please instill that in everyone you know.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
will do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this has been a great talk. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Peter. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
No, thank you.